Warning, I'm not a hustle bro trying to make AI slop. I'm a real dude with a potato for a mic, so I figured I'd get my totally real, not AI, goth girlfriend to keep you weebs interested.
My little munchkin, I'd much rather you spoke yourself. You sound so distinguished.
Do you really mean that?
Okay, I take that back. Moving on. Limbo is reserved for those who weren't bad. Here, there is no fire, only eternal waiting. So, naturally, we begin with Bubbles.
Wait,
from
what?
the Powerpuff Girls. Tragically, she was never baptized, so she shall sit, staring at a paradise she can never enter.
Okay, that's messed up.
Lust. This level is a storm of endless desire, where souls are whipped through violent winds, mirroring the chaos they caused in life. Here lies Jeffrey Epstein, convicted of sex trafficking minors. Over the years, it's estimated he abused and trafficked at least 500 victims, many of whom were underage. He used wealth, power, and blackmail to evade justice for decades. Dante would have him flung through the air, forever unable to find stability, much like the lives he destroyed. Gluttony isn't just about eating too much. It's about excess, hoarding resources while others suffer. Those in this circle are forced to wallow in freezing sludge while being pelted by putrid rain.
What?
Forever tormented by their own selfishness. And who better to reside here than Winston Churchill?
Churchill? But he's on all those stoic quote TikTok pages.
Celebrated as a wartime leader, but during the Bengal famine of 1943, his government continued exporting food from India, worsening a famine that killed an estimated 3 million people.
Well, if you don't start low, there's no room to grow, I suppose.
History is complicated, and in hell, he will forever crave sustenance while surrounded by the suffering of those he ignored. Greed. Those who hoard wealth, steal fortunes, and deceive for profit are forced to push heavy, useless weights back and forth for eternity. And here we have our Bitcoin Bonnie and Clyde, Heather Morgan and Willia Lichtenstein, convicted for laundering over $4 billion in stolen Bitcoin. They manipulated the system, ran cyber scams, and somehow found time to produce horrific rap music in between crimes.
Fuck your Jane Austen romance, rather be taking a taxidermy class.
Okay, I see why they needed to steal.
They scammed, they schemed, and now they'll spend eternity dragging their fortune up a hill, just to have it roll back down. Wrath. Those consumed by violence, driven by anger. Here, souls battle endlessly in boiling waters, unable to rest, forever fighting the rage they indulged in life. Here, we have Mark Wahlberg.
You mean Ted Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
Marky Mark?
Uh-huh.
Calvin Klein Mark?
Yep.
Transformers Mark?
Yes.
Instant Family?
Yes. Fucked up, huh? In 1988, he assaulted 2 Vietnamese men in separate racially motivated attacks, leaving one permanently blind. He was convicted of assault and attempted murder, but only served 45 days in prison. The year before that, he was charged for pelting little black kids with rocks while calling them some very offensive names.
Bruh.
And in hell, he'll relive how his blood boiled during those attacks. Forever heresy, reserved for those who defied sacred law and openly rejected religious doctrines. Here, the condemned are trapped in burning tombs, forever suffering the flames they denied. Enter Aleister Crowley, a cult leader, blasphemer, and self-proclaimed the Beast. Throughout the early 20th century, Crowley spread his doctrine of ceremonial magic and founded the Lima, a religion that challenged Christian ideals. His writings were labeled obscene, his rituals banned, and he was exiled from Italy after a series of alleged blood rituals at his Abbey of Thelema.
So what you're saying is, Mussolini, the dictator, saw what this guy was doing and said, nah, that's too much.
Indeed, even evil has standards. And now we descend into brutality. The seventh circle is divided into 3 rings: violence against others, violence against oneself, and violence against God and nature. Souls are boiled in rivers of blood, turned into thorned trees, or left to roam desolate wastelands, tormented by fire. And who better than Richard the Iceman Kuklinski, a mafia hitman turned freelance assassin? Kuklinski killed over 100 people in cold blood. He perfected the art of freezing bodies to obscure time of death, poisoned victims with cyanide, and even experimented with slow, torturous methods just to see how long people could suffer before dying. In one particularly disturbing case, he told a man he would give him 30 minutes to pray for God to save him before killing him. The man prayed. 30 minutes passed. Nothing happened.
So, what did Kuklinski do?
Exactly what he said.
Cold world.
And now he spends eternity in a lake of boiling blood, reliving his own violence. Fraud. The home of deceivers, con artists, and manipulators. These souls are whipped by demons, submerged in boiling tar, or trapped in pits of eternal deception. Enter Elizabeth Holmes, founder of Theranos. She promised to revolutionize blood testing. Instead, she fabricated results, deceived investors, and endangered countless patients by providing inaccurate diagnoses. Her empire, once valued at $9 billion, collapsed in disgrace, and she was convicted of fraud.
So she faked a literal medical breakthrough and thought she'd get away with it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's on her.
And in this circle, she'll spend eternity selling false hope to demons who know better. And now, the ninth circle, the lowest and most desolate realm of hell, reserved for the ultimate betrayers, those who violated trust at the highest levels. Here, souls are frozen in a lake of ice, unable to move, unable to scream, their very essence shattered by the weight of their treachery. And among them, Tekashi 69. Convicted for racketeering and gang-related crimes, he turned informant and betrayed his entire crew to reduce his sentence. His testimony led to multiple convictions, but it made him a pariah in the rap world. He built his brand on street credibility, only to snitch his way out of trouble when it suited him.
6ix9ine and Judas the cellmates, not on my bingo card.
Betrayal is betrayal. And that's a wrap for today. If you enjoyed, remember to like and subscribe. We're living in his parents' basement. It's very cold, and everything smells of soup. With your subscription, we're one step closer to a sea view. If you hated the video, it was my pleasure. Ciao for now.